The sun rises the next day over Anemone Valley. Most of the townsfolk spend the early hours as locked up tight in their homes, as the light disturbs their brewing hangovers. You, on the other hand, have made your way down into the Forgotten Library, summoned by Anne, who's eager to show you her final rendition of the Spirit Locket.
This might be my greatest achievement yet. A masterful piece of tinker magic ingenuity.
Woo!
This final version of the locket will fix the tear in the seal for good, and it will be all thanks to my undeniable genius.
Your enthusiasm is encouraging, Anne, and also quite terrifying.
I'll ignore the gloating as long as the device actually works.
Of course it will work. As soon as I'm done connecting it to the locket.
Yeah, that would be rather an important step, wouldn't it?
I thought you had completed your work.
Hey, you were the one telling me I should take the night off yesterday, so you'll need to wait patiently for the finale.
Thank you, Anne.
Thank you for your hard work, Anne. I'm sure it'll be great.
You hand the locket over to Anne, who winks.
Of course it will be. Just give me a moment.
Excuse me. She gets to work welding the metal together, and your group is left for the moment to watch her work. Elizabeth walks up beside you, her eyes running over the rows of books with a faraway look. How are you?
Elizabeth?
Don't worry yourself now. I'm merely stuck in the past for a spell. Despite how it ended, I have many fond memories of this place. There was so much excitement and drive to make a positive change in the world. It's a shame the result never lived up to the original version.
There, all done.
Anne declares triumphantly and hands you back your locket. It's time.
Now, remember, this spell will use up all of the demon energy you've collected so far. There will be no test runs.
So, no mistakes or we all die. No pressure.
You will have to ace this on the first try.
Like I said, no pressure. I can do this.
I'm ready. Let's end this.
You prepare yourself and hold up the locket, but before you can cast the spell, yes, here it comes. I thought these were scenes, two separate scenes of the day, but the door to the library suddenly bursts open.
What the?
Well, well, well. I thought I heard something scurrying around down here, but I didn't expect to find quite such a large gathering of rats.
And again, yet you make money off of me. So what does that make you, Goldner? You turn to find Goldner walking out from between the bookcases. Michael tenses beside you.
How did you get down here?
I followed you, of course. It came to my attention that you lot were planning something nefarious. But even I couldn't have imagined that you were hiding an archivist's collection underneath our noble town.
Again, can we just shove something big up his ass and leave it there?
How disgraceful.
Projecting a bit, aren't you? We're just fixing your mistakes.
You know full well why we're here. We're simply cleaning up the mess left by your greed. You're interfering with official Empire business, Mr. Goldner. I would suggest you back up immediately.
Right. I imagined you would make this claim again.
Oh my god.
But just to be sure, I took the liberty of calling in a few favors to get a second opinion, as it were.
Well, crap. Alethea steps out from the shadows, flanked by a large group of knights that quickly encircles you. He is looking... Sorry. She is looking around the library, eyes wide and fists clenched.
This place.
It's just as I explained, you see, Commander. An archivist's collection, buried underground.
Yeah, I realized I was super hostile to Goldner last chapter. The frustration I was feeling didn't help, but can you blame me?
And the group of traitors who tried to hide this from the Empire.
Commander,
I suggest you hold your tongue for now, Victoria. I'll deal with you later. Elizabeth.
Alethea. Let me explain.
This is uncomfortable.
So this is why you left all those years ago. I can't believe this.
Yeah, she would know about this place. We do know that, but I think that has less to do with the, you think, really.
I helped you leave your position even when we needed you. I needed you on the front lines.
Oh, boy.
I let you go because I believed you were breaking. And I wanted to keep you safe. But instead, you came here to help that traitor.
Liv was our friend. She sacrificed more than any of us for the Empire, only to have them turn on her when she was no longer needed.
Yeah, very much so.
She broke her oath as a mage and turned to forbidden magics.
On the Empire's orders.
The way I remember it, it was the Empire that demanded we do anything in our power to win the war.
Yeah, exactly, like I said.
Enough. I won't hear more of your excuses. I will deal with your treason soon enough. Your old friend has clearly been busy collecting his hoard of illegal documents. This type of information is dangerous in the wrong hands.
Why? Just why? Because it's inconvenient for your government? Because it's inconvenient for you? There's something you need to understand, Alethea. Whether this information existed or not, these things happened. This is just documentation that it did happen. And one way or another, it's probably going to get out.
It must be removed at once.
Right. I'm sure this doesn't mirror anything happening right now at all. I'm looking at you, America. I don't remember which state in particular.
I see the Empire still would rather destroy the past than take a lesson from it. How predictable.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Michael.
Ah, the archivist himself, I presume? Your punishment shall be swift as well. The Paragon of Eridus. has ordered me to set this matter straight.
Uh,
And I intend to follow my orders.
no, this is when you two broke up. Hmm. Actually, I'm going to finish my drink and then go do my thing. Because we're actually making quite good time. I have returned. Sorry, I've been. I wanted to avoid that, but my body. Why am I not surprised?
You'd think I'd be more surprised the Empire would double-cross us in the end. But oddly enough, it seems quite on brand.
Believe what you must, alchemist. I gave you and your spirit a chance to redeem yourselves, but you have run out of time.
You didn't give us a time limit. Don't change the rules. Alethea holds up her hand, and there's a sound of blades being unsheathed.
That's not good.
They can't possibly be thinking about executing us here.
That appears to be exactly what they are thinking.
If I may, Commander.
What do you want?
While I agree with your swift judgment, I feel it is only right that the townsfolk are made aware of the tragedy we've avoided today.
Oh, Goldner. Your stupid has been so helpful.
They should be allowed to see the criminals themselves before justice is served.
And it can't possibly backfire, this way, right? Can't backfire at all. The commander looks down at him with visible disgust. Even Alethea thinks you're the lowest of the low, Goldner.
You wish to make a spectacle, so you can bask in the glory.
How crude. I merely suggest these people are made an example of, for the good of all citizens.
You could not be more cliche villain if you tried.
After all, if you don't have a public trial, I will have to be the one relaying my account to the masses.
Come on, Alethea, let him be stupid. He smirks crookedly, and Alethea sneers.
Fine. You'll get your spectacle, snake, after we are done dealing with this place. Knights, bring the prisoners. We're moving out. Burn this place. to the
Yeah,
ground.
yeah, here we are. Here we are with the book burning.
No!
You watch in horror as the knights put torches to the age-old tomes, and within a minute, blazing fire fills the room. Michael is devastated, struggling against his captors, but there is no way out. Pardon me? Your group is dragged outside and then up into the town square. You can't remember having ever seen the town in this state. Hey, there's that person again. A confusing and tense crowd has gathered in the square, murmuring anxiously among themselves as knights stationed and in every corner keep watch, their faces stoic. Victoria's expression is an unreadable mask, unlike Anne and Caden, who struggle to hide their fear. Mine looks like she might be sick. And Michael? Michael hasn't looked up once since he saw the library burn. Alethea stands next to a grinning Goldner, who throws out his arms theatrically to gain the attention of the crowd.
My fellow citizens, it is with great joy that I bring before you the group responsible for all the bad luck that has befallen our town.
Don't mess with me, Goldner. You'll regret it.
These magic folk, these outsiders, have been caught hiding illegal magic artifacts beneath our town.
Again, goddess of knowledge, don't mess with me. The murmurs and cries of, there are murmurs of cries and shock.
No doubt their actions are what brought about our misfortune. Killed the forests, burned our shops and more. So today, I, Nicholas Goldner, caught them red-handed, and the Knights of the Empire are here to bring them to justice.
Alethea, you are so close. Shove your sword right up there. Just don't even give it a second thought. Just go. Use your new sheath now. You can get a new sword afterwards. Let me explain what happened.
This is...
That's not what happened. Please let me explain what has been going on. Let's go, bitch. Let's go, bitch. The demons did not come from the library. They escaped from the hidden from a hidden prison and away in the mines. The crowd had become still, and then...
What's going on?
What's going on with the mines? Demons? Why did no one tell us about this?
What the?
What's going on here? Goldner glares at you darkly. Let's go. What's better, what's better, you're stupid or my... we both know the answer to that. Well, at least I do.
Lies and slander. Commander, silence this fiend at once.
Oh, no. You're the one who called for a trial, Goldner. Alethea gives the man a cold stare.
You wanted a trial, Messer Goldner.
Let's go.
I cannot see how you would disagree with the other side being allowed to present their case.
Yeah, that's how a trial works, Goldner. The crowd yells and jeers. Tell us the truth! A trial! Hold a trial! Let them speak! Goldner looks extremely uncomfortable, but brushes it off with a confident smirk.
Very well. If the people want a trial, then I shall lay the evidence bare, so you may all witness the chaos these people have wrought.
Oh, yeah, right. Let's go. We're going full-on Ace Attorney, bitch. Goldner is lying.
I'll tell you what happened.
Goldner is lying to you all. He is the reason why all of this started. The mining of the crystals has released a group of demons who were imprisoned down there. We've been trying. I'm the goddess of knowledge, not the goddess of reading. We have been trying to clean up his mess. Murmurs and whispers run through the crowd, outrage and anger making the color fade from Goldner's face.
Pathetic.
Lies and slander, all of it. There's nothing wrong with my mines, and even if there were, then I know nothing about it. You knew about the demons, asshole!
Actually,
But you did know. We found papers showing you. We found papers showing you were well aware of the demons trapped underground and the dangers of mining the crystals. Yet you kept the evidence to yourself so you couldn't see a dent in your profits. I should actually be making the Ace Attorney sounds like hold it and an objection. I should be doing that, really.
This.
That. The entire town is dependent on the profit I create from the mines. I couldn't just shut down production on mere suspicion. And how did you come to be in possession of these papers? It seems like you would only that would only be possible if you had stolen them from my home. The crowd murmurs angrily. To the treatment of his workers or Caden's sword. I think the workers would be the best option. Hold it! I've done everything in my power to keep everyone safe. You are the ones who have been using and abusing you are the one who have been using and abusing your workers for years. We all know the stories. You don't care one bit for the people who work for you. You haven't done anything for this town and the way I have. Dude, I made sure your people don't have hangovers when they come into work. Don't even try it. I love these people. Bull crap. That's not true, though. The alchemist saved my child when no one else wanted to help. That's right. I'd completely forgotten about that. Why would a bad person go to such lengths to save a child? Ah, you guys.
thank you.
You guys. Goldner looks extremely flustered.
Enough of this.
That means nothing. I still have more evidence against you. The crowd part as for a couple of Goldner's goons who are carrying between them a stoic Quinn and a terrified Kim. Alethea glares.
Why do you?
What is the meaning of this, Goldner? I do not believe you have the authority to order people to be brought to you like criminals.
Let's see.
Let's call it a citizen's arrest. Bull crap. The flower shop owner has been aiding this group of villains, and we were shocked to find they were also harboring a child mage.
Tell me.
Is that true, mage?
Actually,
Kim was made aware of his powers barely a day ago. We agreed with your knight to allow him a bit of time to gather himself before he called for the demon hunters.
Report.
Victoria?
I...
That's the truth. I approved of this.
How disappointing.
Victoria grits her teeth. You might not agree with my decision, but you cannot argue that it wasn't in my authority to make it.
Let's hear it then.
That is true. And I'm very curious as to what their involvement is in this.
My brother was taken by one of those demons. The alchemist has been helping me try to save him.
The crowd murmurs.
You all know Ronan. He worked in the mines for years. He's a good man. But then he got hurt because the mines aren't safe. He was angry and frustrated. Ronan turned all that anger against magic, because that's what everyone else was fearing. But it wasn't magic that hurt him.
You tell him, kid.
It was that man.
He points at Goldner, who splutters.
Enough of this.
You little... I wouldn't go there if I were you.
About that.
I would rethink my words if I were you, Miss Sayre. Unless you really think attacking a child is a worthy defense. Goldner's jaw snaps shut as he sneers at Quinn, who is stepping in front of the child protectively. Fine, let the child speak. Tears are gathering in the young boy's eyes, but he gives a firm nod.
My brother. My true brother would never wish harm on anyone. But you would ignore the people being hurt under you. How many people are you going to destroy just to line your own pockets?
Funny how that thing has come to bite you in the ass, isn't it?
I thought the mine was supposed to make our lives better, not worse.
The crowd roars in agreement, and Goldner pales. Your actions have caught up with you.
You see...
Your actions have caught up with you, Goldner. This town knows who you truly are.
Now,
This is all that...
here.
This is all that mage's fault. They must have poisoned the kid's mind while teaching him. Quinn healed the forest.
Really?
That doesn't make sense. Quinn's a flower mage. They don't even have that sort of power. However, they did use their power to help restore the dead forest.
This.
We'll just keep it a secret that I played a part in that. What?
You see.
It's true. I saw it this morning. The anemone flowers are growing in the soil again.
I'm glad.
That's amazing.
How lovely.
I can't take the whole credit for it, though. The alchemist was a great help. Okay, we let that out quickly. Your argument falls flat.
So...
Are these really the horrible villains you make them out to be? Your character doesn't make sense, your case doesn't make sense, Goldner. And this is the point where I say exactly what I say what I picture at the end of an Ace Attorney case. Don't try to trick a trickster. You smile as the crowd cheers, clearly won over, and Goldner looks like he might pop a blood vessel in his face.
You filthy little...
Seemingly having had enough of Goldner's theatrics, Alethea takes center stage, pushing the man aside. He sneers, but one glance from his steely eyes makes him grow silent, and a hush falls over the crowd. The commander unsheaths her blade and speaks solemnly.
The verdict is clear. The group of adventurers are found to be innocent of the alleged crimes.
Cue confetti, which somehow they always have. Fireworks if we're talking great Ace Attorney. The crowd cheers and you feel relief like no other wash over you. But then Alethea turns to Michael.
However, the case against the wild mage still stands.
Of course it does.
Illegal practice of magic, even with good intentions, cannot go unpunished.
She turns to Victoria, then hands her blade to your friend.
Commander?
This is your moment of redemption, Victoria. Carry out your sentence as a knight, and I may overlook your transgression.
Victoria takes the blade, looking down at Michael, who huffs, smirking through a bruised lip.
Do your worst, demon hunter.
She raises the blade. Please let's be rational.
Victoria, please. You can't possibly believe that this is right.
Oh, the alchemist is always such an idealist, trying to bring reason to a debate without it.
Michael chuckles softly, and Victoria grits her teeth, hands tightening around her blade, and lowers it.
I can't do it.
At a girl.
What?
Alethea looks furious, but Victoria rounds on her, throwing out her hand.
This man has done nothing wrong. He's helped us catch numerous demons when you refuse to send us aid. I cannot, in good conscience, end his life. It isn't right. If the law doesn't permit fairness or decency, then it is the law that is wrong, not the accused.
Yeah! The crowd gasps, and Alethea's expression turns dark. There is sadness, but she pushes it back into a cold, hard expression. Alethea takes back her blade, but she does not sheath it.
Then as a traitor to the Empire, you will share his fate.
That's a cool pose. I mean, I know there's an ass shot, but still, I think it's a cool pose. Your companions step closer, forming a circle as the knights surround you. The knights are advancing, swords drawn, and Goldner is frothing at the mouth, furious.
That's it! Don't you dare let them get away! Justice must be served!
What? Everyone whips around to look at Goldner, who's clutching his throat, eyes bulging and face turning blue.
No! We had a deal!
He wheezes, and the crowd screams when black ichors pour from his mouth and eyes, painting his skin black. Oh boy. Yeah, remember that book we found? That wasn't just a children's story.
Demons.
Goldner collapses on the stage, all eyes turning to you and your companions.
No!
What's going on?
You see him in the crowd, smiling. Oh, crap.
Ronan.
Blackness is swirling around him. It comes from the crowd and is sucked into his locket, feeding it.
Thank you for the show, everyone. It was very impactful, even if I did have to improvise a little there at the end.
Oh boy. He disappears from the crowd and then reappears on the stage.
What's the meaning of this?
Merely cashing in on a deal. You see, old Goldner here wanted an edge against you lot. And in exchange, he promised me a deadly spectacle. When he didn't deliver, I took it upon myself to get what I was owed. When a subject fails to deliver on an order, they must be punished. Isn't that right, Commander?
Gee, it's almost like your choices in the past came back to bite you.
You.
What did you do?
Oh, this is all you. I merely stoked the flames a little. Hate. Fear. Humanity's greatest weaknesses, yet incredibly potent in the right hands.
He purrs, holding up his locket, brimming with energy.
you set this up to trap it.
This locket finally has the spirit it needs. Their own hate for magic will be what releases my brethren from their prison. How fitting.
Oh boy. A rune of magic begins to glow behind him as he moves to cast his spell.
Free. At long last.
Well, this is bad. The ground shakes and shadows grow longer as the realm of reality seems to shift and bend and finally crack. The seal breaks.
This can't be.
Get away from me!
The streets crack and people are screaming and fleeing in all directions as demons purr from the darkness.
Failed.
That's not good. Stay together.
We have to stick together and keep our heads cool. We can fix this.
No, you can't. I am sorry, child. But you have to go.
Elizabeth steps in front of you protectively.
Get out of here while you can. I'll hold him back.
Please think this through.
Elizabeth, please be reasonable. There's no way you can...
I know. I'm sorry. But you are still my apprentice. Trust me on this.
And if you ever had any doubt, Elizabeth was a badass.
Oh, such a moving scene.
I should say is.
I'm sorry, I have to cut it short.
Ronan gestures with his hand, and you watch as a demon comes flying out and surrounds you and your companions.
I won't let you.
Yeah, bitch!
Commander?
Get out of here, Victoria. Someone must report back to Eridas what's happened.
But...
Elizabeth is right. I might not always have been the best teacher for you, but you're still my student. Take the alchemist and go.
Understood.
Olithia.
Don't think you can talk me out of this now, Elizabeth.
I know. I wouldn't dare challenge you.
You gotta give credit here. Whatever your opinions are of this game by now, this is a cool shot. Elizabeth throws a vial onto the ground and light explodes, making everyone stumble back, blinded.
Come on!
Mime grabs you by the hand, and you are surprised by the strength with which she pulls you through the crowd. Elizabeth isn't following you, instead throwing you a wink before she disappears into the smoke. You wind through the crowd of panicking townsfolk. It only takes a moment, and you are swept away by the tide. Mime's hand in yours is the only thing keeping you steady as you make for the forest. Chapter 6: The Sparrow. And this is actually where I'm going to stop this session. We made a good amount of progress, but here's the thing. If I go all the way through this scene like I usually do, then there isn't going to be much for the next recording, and like there isn't much of this game left. Chapter 6 and Chapter 7 are even shorter than this, and that's the end of and that's the end of the game. Anyway, this ends today's session. Thank you everyone for joining me. I'll see you all for the next one, and And oh yes, and I am still working on my Tamamo avatar. I'm going to get back to doing that at some point. I just need to figure out how to put tails on her for at least a basic thing. But if you guys want to see me in that for some let's plays, let me know. Anyway, thank you all for watching.